Old Iranian miniatures are often filled with men, women, and horses. Women, men, and horses are side by side, facing each other, fighting, traveling, dancing, and rejoicing. For example, look at this painting. It is filled with men and women playing and dancing, and harem women all over it. At the top of the image, and slightly tilt to the right, Sultan Hussein Baykara is sitting on the porch of the palace. Sultan Hussein is taking wine from the hand of his cupbearer, and the cup is still somewhere between the hands of them. We know Sultan Hussein. Sultan Hussein Baykara was the Timurid ruler of Herat from 1469 until 1506, a skilled statesman, and was best known for his interest in the art, and was renowned as a benefactor and patron of learning in his kingdom. We know his vizier very well too. Ali Navai was born in 1441. He was a Timurid poet, writer, statesman, linguist, mystic, and painter. We also know that the painter did not paint Ali Navai at the Sultan's luxury feast, because he was a famous Sufi and no one likes to see a holy man drinking wine in an Islamic empire. It is so that the painter has deliberately included the void of the presence of the famous court minister of Sultan Hussein in his painting, because in other available paintings from Sultan Hussein's court, Ali Navai can be seen in the picture. We do know these two people, but what about the rest? In this picture, except for the Sultan, 36 men and women are depicted, and we do not know the names of any of them. Who are they? They are soldiers and dancers, and harem women or servants. They have no name. They are simply peripheral to the text of the image of the Sultan. History has taught us to call them people, a simple word that allows us to ignore the entire history of a person's life. It was in 2010 when I noticed this point in Iranian paintings for the first time. After that, I went to the horses. Horses are subject to the same rule. I looked at the pictures of wars in countless paintings. We see that Rustam, the most famous legendary hero of Iran, is fighting on the back of his horse. We even know the name of his horse, Rakhsh. We know how Rustam got his horse, and we know what character his horse has. But what about the rest? Those horses are only there to make the picture more magnificent, just like people. That's when I thought of this title, We Are the Small People of the Big Event. A little later, I started removing the horses from the pictures. I put the horses in the center of the picture, without a rider, no weapons, without a war, without a whip falling on their sides. I painted horses who were the central characters of their paintings, and then I wrote their wishes. Something from the horse's tongue that came out of the old image and was placed in a new one. I preferred that these wishes, these monologues, should not be read. With the help of a friend, we designed a font that is not readable. This is how the first pieces of these series were made. Of course, when the buyers bought those pieces, readable text was provided to them. For me, these horses are icons that represent us, that symbolic us that is always opposed to them. It was from then that year after year, in every social crisis, in every national happiness, and in every disaster, I drew a new horse, and she was always at the heart of the picture, alone or with her friends. This is a human desire, a world belonging to the people, a world that still does not exist outside the world of art.